Hey everyone, I'm Andy. Welcome. This is my cancer journey, and today this video is all about basically how my complex PTSD affects me on a daily basis, basically. So let's get straight into it, and I'm going to start off by talking about some of the triggers to do my PTSD, and just sort of go with it. Really, it's very tough and a bit emotional, but I'm gonna be strong and I'm not gonna cry. All right. So let's get into it. I hope you enjoy. I'm gonna start on a funny note. Really, this is well, it's funny to me. It's basically when I was in hospital having my chemotherapy. One of the meals was a lamb korma, and I ate this lamb korma, and I was so ill all night. I think it was one of the nights. So I basically spent the whole evening just throwing up the whole of the night, about 6 hours. So it's a pretty traumatic experience. But this lamb korma, just lamb now, for some reason. If I smell lamb, I'm straight back to there. That 6 hours of being sick, that feeling of nausea, pain, sickness, just horrible feeling that followed me. And now I can't eat lamb. You know what I mean? I can't smell it. I've got better, but it is a trigger. It triggers off these feelings and emotions that I had, that were basically a trauma, and I relived that trauma, and it's so strange that I mean, a smell can just take you 10 years back to, or 12 years back to a feeling that you had like that in a second, and that can stay with me for quite a while. I have to sort of battle it, and there's a few other foods and stuff that do that as well, but I'm not going to go into all of them because I don't want to ramble on too much like I already am. Yeah, lamb, foods, things like that, smells. There's smells that you get a smell, it'll take me straight back to the hospital. Yeah, it's pretty horrible, that one. But yeah, I'll get into some of the serious ones now. The big trigger for me is fear of the unknown. If I can't understand things, I get very anxious. This can lead to me sort of getting panicked, and I can start getting quite short with people and snapping, and I start like sweating, and that makes me sort of more anxious, and I sweat more because I'm sweating, and I just focus on all these negatives and start spiraling in my thinking, and it's uncontrollable. And also, if plans change, if I've got something in my head like a plan that we're going to do, we're going to go and do something, and if that plan changes, it completely throws me. I go into panic mode, like my anxiety goes up. It can, you know what I mean? It can even, my adrenaline will, like, I can feel it pumping around my body, like boom, 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 coursing. Like, I can't sit down, I'm pacing, I'm rushing, and like I get this feeling like I can't stop. It's like fear of stopping, like I don't know why. And it's confusion. It all leads to confusion and spiraling like a whirlwind of emotions and thoughts in your head and your body. It's, yeah, that's a big trigger for me for it. But there's a lot more. I'll get into the next one now. Not being in control of my life. This one can actually be caused by the effects of my PTSD. It can make me, I can cause myself to feel physically ill and drained and just completely wiped out and tired, and then I can't do the things that help me, like going walking, getting exercise and stuff like that, that is all shown to help with PTSD. And it's sort of, I end up stuck. It's like, yeah, I get consumed with fear and negative thoughts, and it's like when I had my blood done, I convinced myself that I had cancer. I was convinced that I had cancer. I started getting worse symptoms, started making myself get symptoms by overthinking it, and like my adrenaline's pumping, I'm thinking loads, I'm making myself, I'm spiraling again, and yeah, I start getting symptoms. I started to get other things, and like, oh, it's just unbelievable the way your mind goes. It dives down the rabbit hole, and then you're just stuck in a whirlwind. And to try and break that thought pattern, then when you're in that, it's so hard. And the feelings, you're not in control of these feelings that come up from years and years of trauma, that you don't even know what these feelings are anymore. It's just a knot in you of pain and yeah, horribleness. That's sort of like I can explain it as. But yeah, it's like I feel like I have to prepare myself for bad news, so that when I get the bad news, I'm ready for it. And that's weird. I should be thinking, nah, it's gonna be okay. I'll be alright. I can just get on. But no, I think the worst every single time, and then that spirals. It's just like I say, it's a whirlwind of emotions and trauma and everything that's gone on in my life. And like I said in the last video, there's stuff from before that's fed into that's built up to this. When I got cancer, that was like the final straw. That just like whack. And yeah, it haunts me always. But I'm getting help to deal with this now, so fingers crossed. If I put in the work, I'll get all the help that I need. So let's get into the next one. So this is about nightmares. It's a common thing with PTSD, and for me, I get a reoccurring nightmare. I get a few, but this one it's hard. It's the worst. Basically, I have a dream that I have another brain tumor on the other side of my brain, and I've already had surgery. I'm in hospital having chemotherapy, and my mum has come to see me with my daughter, and I've just been given bad news, and basically told that I need to start saying my goodbyes, and I have to sit there and with my daughter on my bed, and I'm there trying to think, how do I explain to my daughter that I'm gonna die and go to heaven? And then I explain to her that Daddy's gonna go to sleep and he won't be waking up. He's gonna go to heaven. And my daughter's grown up going to church, so she understands about heaven and stuff. And, yeah, I say that I'm going up to heaven, and I put my hand on her heart and I say that I'll always be here with you, here and in here, in your memories and your dreams, and I'll always be with you in my spirit, and my soul will always be with you, guiding you and protecting you and watching over you. And then I wake up in tears, the feelings are so, I'm feeling it now. I've woken up and been convinced when I've woken up, it's been so real that I've been convinced that it is real, and I've just woken up in my bed and that was like something that happened the day before, and then I've stuck with that feeling. And that's the thing, when you wake up, it's not like you wake up and it all goes away with your dream. As your dream fades away when you're trying to remember your nightmare or whatever, try and remember it and it gets foggier and foggier. With the emotions and everything, they don't do that. They stay with you. And sometimes you can wake up and you don't even know what you were dreaming about, but you've got these sick, horrible, such a mishmash mix of emotions and thoughts and stuff that you just don't know what is going on, but you're crying your eyes out and begging for it to end and to stop. And yeah, that's the worst one that I have. That breaks my heart. And any of you parents out there, that you'll understand. And for me as well, I got told I couldn't have kids, and it broke my heart. And when I finally accepted I couldn't have kids, along came my wonderful miracle baby girl and changed my world completely. But I'm just constantly scared that I'm not going to get to see her grow up and that. And I'm stuck in this reoccurring cycle thought pattern, which is just torture, self-torture. Right. There's another dream that I have that I want to talk about as well, which is these chemo machines that you have that pump the chemo through. They go boom, 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 boom when they like get an air bubble in or something goes wrong in that. And I used to be lying there like curled up, like trying to sleep through it. I remember something that my parents said at Christmas when I was a kid: if you go to sleep early, then the morning will come quicker, isn't it? Because when you go to sleep, you wake up and you don't feel like it's been any time. So I go to bed early. I wouldn't go to sleep early. I was too excited, but yeah. Anyway, so I lost track a little bit. Back to the bong bong bong. I'm lying there, and this noise in my dream, I'm doing this, and it's going on. And I wake up and I feel sick, and this noise used to make me feel worse. I don't know if it was my tinnitus that it used to like feed my tinnitus to like make everything feel worse. It's just like and you'd have to wait for the nurse to come and turn it off, and it is just a horrible noise, and I'll never forget that noise. And like in my dream, I wake up. And for a few minutes sometimes, I'll be lying there curled up, feeling like I've woken up in hospital, and I can hear the machine going boom, 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 boom next to me. And then I sort of turn over and to look at it, and it's not there, and it's my bedroom, and I'm like, what? And I get up, but I still feel how I felt. I carry those feelings through into my day, and waking up to start your day with that is just, it's horrible. How are you supposed to have a good day when you wake up already feeling like that, crying, scared, intimidated by life? But, you know what I mean? That's another thing, is just being on edge all the time, and like, kind of like you're expecting someone to jump out and go rah any second. You just can't like and it's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah. I mean, yeah, sorry, it's like I said, this has been really, really hard. I've had to build up to doing this. It's been really hard, and the worst bit was telling you about the nightmare, the recurring nightmare about my daughter, and yeah, I just want to be careful that I don't go messing my head up. I've got my daughter coming this weekend, so yeah, I need to be okay. So I live my life basically on a day-to-day basis, and I just try to cope with today and get through today and deal with my severe anxiety and depression that's constantly with me, as well as the PTSD. And yeah, I mean, there's other things like I've withdrawn from life, from relationships, with friends and family and stuff. I've sort of cut myself off from the world in a way, but it's like a safety mechanism, I think, a way of protecting myself from anything that might trigger things. I do this without even knowing that. Like, since we've been in self-isolation, I've realised that I've been in self-isolation for a lot longer than this coronavirus thing and isolation has been. So it was a bit of an eye-opener being put in that situation, and yeah, like I said as well, constantly on edge, fear of someone, like someone's going to jump out and scare me, and that it's really yeah, there's so much that goes to get there. It just, all of the past traumas and stuff, all of that arises as soon as you get into a situation where it's stressful, or you know what I mean, like with my blood tests, like anything, going to the doctor, feeling poorly, like, you know what I mean, I'm scared of going to sleep because of having the nightmares. I don't want to go to bed. Like, because if I go to bed, I'm tired and I want to go to sleep, but I don't want to go to bed because if I go to bed, that means when I go to sleep, I'm gonna have a nightmare. And I don't realise that I'm doing this. I'll sit there and I think to myself, I don't feel tired. I'm falling asleep. I'm like, I don't feel tired. I don't want to go to bed yet. But I could go to bed 2 hours earlier and sleep, but subconsciously, my body, I'm in fear. I think I'm going to leave it there because I'm quite sort of, my knees are going, and I don't want to overload myself and you. I think I've covered quite a lot in today's video. Just thinking whether there's anything else that I really need to share about that. So I think that's it. So yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I pray, I really pray that this helps all of you in some way, and spreads awareness about post-traumatic stress. Like I said before, head over to my Facebook page at Andy Cancer Journey and have a look on there, because there's some information that will help with like understanding PTSD as well, and maybe understanding my videos. Maybe, I don't know if they are easy to understand or not. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down and let me know what you think. Also, if you could hit the subscribe button and the bell notification next to it all, so then you just get notified of any videos I upload, and yeah, it's easier for you. And yeah, I mean could probably go on about this stuff for ages, but I'm not going to, because I want you to be able to take as much as you can. Yeah, I've pretty covered it all. Right, stay strong, everyone. Have an amazing weekend. Right, make the most of it. Make the most of every day, and keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep strong. Keep fighting in here. Please keep fighting. And if any of this rings true to you, speak to your doctor. Look up some information first of all, and go to your doctor with a bit of information and a bit of knowledge yourself in PTSD and where you fit into it and stuff. It's very, if it rings true with you, you can watch the videos that I've just uploaded about PTSD, and you will know straight away that you've got PTSD or not. And I hope that these videos will help you with that as well. Thank you all for watching and for your support and positive words and just being awesome. I love you all. Thank you so much. And yeah, just peace out. Stay safe. Lots of love.